Connor Turner's mom didn't know what to do when his behavior got worse. She tried talking to his school to see if they knew why, but they didn't take her seriously. So she decided to find out on her own. And what she found was really concerning. Amelia Turner is a married mother of 2 boys who lives in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She works with mini horses as therapy animals, and she loves her job. But what keeps her the most occupied is her 12-year-old son Connor, who has special needs. Amelia is very protective of Connor, and when he showed signs of distress, she knew she had to take action. When Connor got accepted into Greater Baton Rouge Hope Academy, Amelia felt incredibly lucky. It seemed like the perfect school for him. After facing problems with previous schools, unkind teachers, and classmates, Amelia hoped that their struggles would finally end. She never expected the terrible outcome that followed. Hope Academy specializes in helping kids with special needs, ensuring they can learn at their own pace while feeling safe and understood. Their mission is to support students who struggle in regular schools, teaching them to manage and adapt their unique ways to lead happy lives. When Amelia received the admission letter, tears of joy welled up. She thanked God because finally Connor would learn in an environment where he truly belonged. She hoped the school could give him the supportive environment he needed to thrive academically, but soon she would find out it was the complete opposite. In the beginning, everything seemed good enough. Connor was excited about the change of scenery. By the end of his last year at his previous school, it wasn't hard to tell that Connor was burnt out. The teachers were terrible, and the classmates weren't any better. Connor had a hard time making friends, and he spent most of his time in school all by himself. As a matter of fact, the change of schools was Connor's idea. That was something Amelia would never forget. The resolution and courage of that boy. One day after school, as the trimester came to an end, he just walked up to her and said, "Mom, I think I want to change schools. I don't like this one." Amelia would always admire her son's courage when he said that. She could tell from a mile away that Connor wasn't happy in that school. She and her husband had talked about it, and they were planning on asking him if he wanted to change schools after the kids' classes were over. But she didn't expect Connor to bring up the topic all by himself. So, in a matter of days, the decision was made. After researching several special needs schools in the area, the family sent a bunch of applications. They got the admission letter quickly, and the whole family was thrilled. As the course began, it seemed like the perfect place for Connor. However, things took a sad turn. At first, everything was fine. Connor got good grades, teachers seemed nice, and there were no problems. But after the first trimester, something changed, though it was subtle. Amelia's intuition told her something was wrong. At first, Connor seemed a bit moody after the Christmas break. Amelia thought he might be upset about the end of vacation, but things were about to take a different turn. However, things didn't get any better as days passed. It came to a point where Amelia couldn't ignore it anymore. But what exactly was going on? A few months into the school year, Amelia began noticing stark changes in Connor's behavior. He became more aggressive, his anxiety increased, and he even started wetting the bed, something he hadn't done since he was 3 years old. Now, there was no doubt. Something was going very wrong. Would it have something to do with Connor's new school? Every time Amelia or her husband asked Connor what was wrong, they didn't get a clear answer from the kid. As a matter of fact, they didn't get an answer at all. Connor would just shut down. This was something he usually did when he was feeling distressed or overwhelmed. His parents knew something was off, and they were resolved to get to the bottom of the issue. Suspecting that Connor's new school might be the cause of his behavioral changes, Amelia visited Hope Academy to discuss her concerns with the principal and officials. However, the school was uncooperative, so Amelia took matters into her own hands by placing a tape recorder in Connor's backpack, hoping to capture any unusual incidents. Recognizing it as an extreme step, Amelia felt compelled to do so since her concerns had been ignored. After Connor returned from school, Amelia eagerly reviewed the tape. She rewound it, knowing she might have to listen to hours of recordings with nothing noteworthy. However, she soon stumbled upon conversations that deeply disturbed her. On the tape, Connor's teacher can be heard scolding him for not writing something he was assigned. This would be normal at a regular school, but special needs children don't respond well to admonishment. On top of that, the teacher's tone was condescending, even mocking Connor's attempts at verbalizing. In shock, Amelia continued to listen, and the worst was yet to come. At one point, a conversation can be heard between the teacher and her teaching assistant. Even though no children appeared to be present, they were clearly in the classroom and close to Connor's backpack. They were talking derogatorily about Connor, even using swear words. When she first heard it, Amelia couldn't believe what they were saying. She felt sick to her stomach. "I just wanted to cry, scream, and do everything I could because it was so bad," Amelia said. "To think that I had sent my son there every day, and what had happened before that, I don't know about." Armed with that damning evidence, Amelia once again went to school officials. And once again, her concerns were dismissed. But she was determined not to be ignored. Amelia immediately pulled Connor out of Hope Academy. But she didn't want to leave the issue there, thinking of all the other special needs children being exposed to such unprofessional teachers. But she had a plan. She did what she knew would get the school's attention. She posted the audio on her Facebook page. Her plan worked. The post went viral, forcing the school to take action. Principal Linda Stone released a statement, saying one of the teachers had been fired and the other would be let go once the semester ended. The parent never brought the recording to the attention of Hope Academy before posting it on social media. The parent has also refused to meet with Hope Academy to discuss the actions we have taken to address the issue. The statement said, "The persons involved in the communications are either no longer with the school or will no longer be with the school after this semester," Principal Linda Stone stated. Over these many years, Hope Academy has built a strong reputation for competently serving the educational needs of the special needs community. These recordings are not an indication of who we are, but was that true? We ask that the community not let the actions of two persons reflect on the reputation of and the mission of the school, a mission we have tried so hard to build. We again extend an invitation to meet with the parent involved to discuss this incident further, the statement concluded. But by then, Amelia had other ideas in mind. She was going to get her revenge. Amelia hired attorney Charlotte McGahee to file a complaint with the Department of Education, determined to prevent such incidents from happening to other children. She told the media no child should go through this, and her actions led to the school firing the second teacher. People online celebrated and showed their support for Amelia and Connor. As the story spread, more people shared their experiences, revealing a troubling pattern. One person commented sadly, "This happens more often than you think. My son, who has ASD, came home with bruises." They claimed it was restraint, but he became nonverbal and anxious. After that year, he became verbal again and shared stories about teachers discouraging his beliefs. "Teachers talk and complain about kids all day," she said. "But that's not the worst part. Some teachers made fun of a student with balance problems and even hurt him," she added. Others shared their thoughts. "Some people who pass security checks still hurt children." One mother said, "This makes me so angry. Those teachers wouldn't want this for their own kids. I hope they get punished. I hope the boy is okay. God bless him." Amelia appreciated the worldwide support and set up a P.O. box for people to send letters and gifts to Connor. But there was more to do, finding a new school for Connor, one with caring and qualified teachers. Amelia moved him to a different school with a teacher who knew psychology and had a special education degree. Though Connor still felt the effects of his old teacher's cruelty, with time and support, he could become the loving, sweet kid he once was. To keep people's privacy safe, we have made up some names, places, and details. If anything in the story seems like it's from real life, it's just a lucky guess and not on purpose.